Hello there! We have another video about covering one of the holiday weapons. This one is particularly what everyone despises so much because it is a quest reward as a schematic that you can get from running a Frostnite match during the Winterfest season. And it doesn't perform as great for them in missions after the work they have done in that one long match. So I decided to make a video out of it, record a couple gameplay so you don't have to level it up, and just place it straight into the collection book. The weapon we are looking at is the Frostbite. This Frostbite is a semi-auto sniper that uses medium bullets, not the heavy ones. It is completely locked to water element, and since it is a sniper, it is indeed accurate, but unfortunately with a big downfall with this water sniper is the base damage, down with just 93. Well, I would rather not say it behaves exactly like the Dragonfly snipers, in which the two base game snipers also have the same base damage. There is a difference between Frostbite and the Dragonfly snipers, and that is the universal perking. One is stuck with water element and the other can be whatever. The Dragonfly can have some 6 perks that the Frostbite couldn't have and such. Shortly we can get into what are the available perks the Frostbite can have. Before I forget about this, you can obtain the Frostbite schematic from completing a quest called Taste the Stew. You need to survive for at least 30 minutes on one of the weekly modifier of Frostbite called Top It Off. The Frostbite Top It Off modifier is barely different from a standard Frostbite. The storm shrinks smaller and deals a little more damage, and this quest is only available for 1 whole week per year. It's one of those weeks you can just continue enjoying Christmas and not think about the sniper, right? Anyways, onto the perking of this Frostbite. The one I have here is already maxed out, as you can see. The element perk slot is at the top this time, and of course locked to water element, critical rating and critical damage for coverage, reload speed, damage, and the 6th perk is 30% area of effect snare on crit. So with the crit rating and crit damage being there on the current build, the coverage for critical hits should be probably self-explanatory. You can have double crit damage, but that will take away the spot for having enough percentage of crit chance to deal critical damage, unless you're crazy enough to run a totally rocking out the loadout with this sniper, or if you prefer to increase overall damage than relying on crit coverage, you can have damage perk on one of these perk slots. For reload speed, I would personally suggest having that reload perk over magazine size because the reloading time period is really insufficient. Even if it's less than 2 seconds, or if you're using Chaos Agent in your loadout, I would say 10 rounds in the clip is actually enough for a semi-auto sniper. But that is all up to you if you prefer the other way around. Fire rate is also a thing on the 4th perk slot if you have a quick trigger finger, as well as headshot damage in spite of the Frostbite being an accuracy weapon. As for the available 6 perks, the one I have right now is the 30% snare area of effect, so basically for any critical hits I land, it will snare the targeted husks and the others around it. Not sure how big the radius is, by 30% for a couple seconds. I do think this 6 perk would do really good for crowd control, but this Frostbite is a semi-auto sniper by any chance. So I'd say if there are other weapons that also have this 6 perk, might actually do a little better in terms of performance in missions. Another 6 perk is the 30% ranged weapon damage buff for 10 seconds per 5 headshots in a row, which is not too bad since most people carrying a sniper in BR always go for the head, so perhaps some people in Save the World are kind of the same way here. And the last 6 perk is 44% bonus damage against fire elemental husks. Since it is locked to water, adding more damage onto that would be reasonable enough when using this against those annoying fire husks. So yeah, not really the same way of perking as the Dragonfly snipers. They do have the same appearance and stat-wise, but not the perks itself. Anyway, I somewhat had a hard time getting a loadout for this sniper, so I just put together whatever works best for the Frostbite. Alright, so when I tried using the Frostbite in the 160s, it honestly did not perform too bad. Perhaps it could be a skill issue of some sort, like I didn't use it like an actual sniper as it was supposed to be, but Yeah, with this loadout, I have Redline Ramirez on Commander lead for the 17% sniper damage and 45% fire rate. Well, good thing I didn't need to have a fire rate perk on the weapon itself. Redline does it for you instead. Blast from the Past team perk with Saurian Might and Saurian Hide to activate it. Sure Shot to increase that sniper critical damage by 75%. Coconuts for survivability, damage, and healing. And lastly, Icy Shots for the Water Affliction status effect for every critical hits with snipers. I had to put Zenith in the support team, not just because I didn't have any other hero that I can give a place for. I did say it was a little difficult for me to get a loadout for a sniper this bad, and so it is a water sniper, and I have that crit coverage on the perks. It should be able to apply Water Affliction, and as well as the 30% snare from the 6 perk towards the husks at the same time. I know that it is a very simple tank loadout that buffs mostly the damage. You may have a different approach on using the Frostbite, but yeah. Instead of me saying what I really think about this sniper, I would like to know what are your thoughts on this Frostbite sniper in the comments. Otherwise, I would most likely be so passive aggressive or even biased the fact that I had to make a video solely for this weapon. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Take care of yourself and love yourself.